If you're here after watching game number 1 from Megga, welcome back. And if you are just joining to watch game 2, you were in the right place. This is going to be the video for game 2 of Megga's gameplay from the Solo FNCS Invitational Grand Finals in May of 2020. If you don't know, I'm going through all 12 games, VOD reviewing all 12 games, to see just how Megga managed to place 5th in this tournament. So, without any further ado, game 2. Alright, game 2. Battle bus is coming this direction. Let's see, that's what is that, like southwest up to northeast. So early drop for Megga here, because his landing spot, as per usual, is the colorful houses on the shore down here. So, and then our the zone ends up being way over near Grotto and retail, behind retail over there. So speed it up quite a bit here. This is the normal landing spot. Uncontested, I think, again. So he's just gonna be looting. I wonder if he's uncontested this whole time. That would be, I mean, that's great for him if he was able to just loot all this, mat up, get all his mats, get tons of floppers and slurpfish and all the heals that he needs. All right, so this time he has a green AR, green tac. I don't really think that's much better than last game. I mean, the gray pump from game 1 is pretty bad. Green tac is decent, I guess, but it's, you know, nothing special. Green AR is not much worse than a blue AR, but, you know, still not quite ideal, not quite what you would want, but not too bad of a loadout here. 4 floppers, 1 big shield, 6 minis. He ate a slurpfish. And so the reason he eats the slurpfish there is because he had exhausted all of the fishing spots, right? So he knew he wasn't going to get another slurpfish. I mean, he could have come over here and fished over here, but probably just not worth risking that. So he knows he's not going to get another slurpfish, so he goes ahead and eats the slurp for the 50 shield so he can keep the keep a big, and then finds another big in that chest that he just opened. So he got kind of lucky, he found another big. So now he has 2 bigs, 6 minis, 4 floppers. He's going to go over here, rotate like we talked about in game 1. He's going to eat these mushrooms up here, most likely. He's going to go ahead and get some tags on unknown here, I think. Yeah. So unknown and tilt are fighting, so it's just free tags for him, right? I mean, just third-party tags. Really good storm surge tags. So like I said, ate the mushrooms. Now he's breaking the containers to get full shield. Now he's also getting metal from them, and probably, so he's already full shield, right? So he's getting metal from them and preventing other people from being able to shield up from them, I guess. That's what his goal is there. Probably really just to get metal, to be honest. Alright, using the lily pads, by the way, is smart. Use the lily pads when you can. Make you jump just a bit faster than you can normally run through that. Gets a boat here. Alright, so he's boating through the swamp here, which is, I mean, it's not a bad decision, but just keep in mind that when you are boating, it's quite loud. Everyone around you can hear it. So these dudes definitely hear the boat, right? They're like, someone's boating through the swamp. I mean, these guys, at one point, when he was over here, these guys could definitely hear him too. So when you're in a boat, I mean, people are probably going to shoot at you. I mean, it is relatively difficult to hit someone on a boat because you're moving pretty quickly, but people can beam you still. But all right, so it's going to stop here at this weird pipe formation thing and max out his metal. All right, so now we have max brick, max metal. Doesn't have max wood, but, you know, wood is very easily obtainable, so. Okay, so rotating all the way around here to the dead side, right? So we talked about in game 1 when the circle was like over here somewhere. The dead side of that circle had 1 million people in it, but that was because everyone had to rotate really weirdly because of that zone, which, I mean, it was a similar circle, but this circle is going to end up over here, And in game 1, the circle ended up here, and everyone had to do these weird rotates to avoid this water, and they all ended up on the dead side of the circle. But now, Megga is boating around the water to the dead side of the circle down here, where he knows that not a whole lot of people are going to be. Everyone's going to be rotating from all around here into this circle. So there's going to be lots of people all around here, people in the middle, and, you know, some people coming from Slurpee. But he wants to be down here at the bottom, probably, to just avoid as much contact with other people as he can. We'll see how that plays out. He sees a player here, making a rotate in also into the dead side here. Let's see what if he's gonna go ahead and get off the boat and build to protect himself. I mean, they're both just kind of mutually choosing not to shoot at each other. Just kind of what's happening. Which is interesting. I mean, it's not, you know, no one does the little pickaxe thing anymore. It's not allowed. Oh, but then now does get tagged up for about 50 shield. Which is, I mean, look, which is smart of Frist or Fry. I don't know how to say that word. I don't know how to say his name, but I mean, it's kind of smart, right? You kind of, it's like a mind game. You're not swinging your pickaxe at people. There's nothing wrong with what he just did. You know, it's just like, I'm gonna make you think that I'm not that much of a threat. But then I'm gonna kind of rotate around a little bit and get a different angle, and I'm gonna shoot you because I need tags, right? I mean, it's there is lots of mind games going on in Fortnite that I think a lot of people don't really think about, and I think that these guys at the pro level in these stacked lobbies like really feel it a lot of times. Because when there's this many people all in this small areas, like there's a lot of things to be thinking about, a lot of things you could do to trick people, you know. So gets tagged up there, hasn't drank a shield yet, just trying to rotate because the circle's pretty far from where he was, right? So starts here, comes through the swamp all the way down to the dead side. Hopes that the circle pulls this way, but it doesn't. It pulls all the way over here. So now he has to make this rotation. So he rotates like through the mountains here to get into this circle. So there's, you know, a million people here trying to rotate as well. He's going to see this player in front of him, I'm sure, but chooses not to engage him at that point, and knows that someone's behind him, so he's blocking off behind him as well. Here, I'll slow it down so we can actually see what's happening. It's going to go ahead and block his back off there because he knows that there are people rotating behind him. Doesn't want to get tagged from behind. Just trying to get into circle. Really. And it's, you know, it's a mutual thing. All these guys really don't probably want to fight, you know. They just want to get into the circle. But if they can take free tags on you, like if you give them the opportunity to shoot you, they're probably going to take it. I mean, if you're going to give them a free tag, it's like, okay, fine. So Megga knows there's a guy behind him. He builds a wall. He's just trying to block up his backside, like I said. I mean, he doesn't want to give people free tags, but there's also this understanding of like, we're all just trying to rotate. Like, and if you shoot me, then I'm gonna have to shoot at you. So you just it's like this game. It's like a balance between not giving people a free, just an open free opportunity to shoot you, which Megga could have shot that guy, right? Megga could definitely have just shot that guy, but chooses not to. He just doesn't want to, you know, make anything happen. I don't know. I mean, he could have shot at him, but it's kind of just like, nah, I just kind of want to get to zone. He's 42 above, so Storm Surge just came up. He's 42 above, so he might have benefited from taking a few shots there because he's not very far above Storm Surge, so that could become an issue. Just gonna get into circle. He's now into circle. He's trying to get deeper in. I mean, ideally you make it to the center of the circle. If you make it to the center of the circle, you're guaranteed the next circle. So we'll see if he tries to push even further in or what he does here. Gonna go ahead and blocks himself out from this guy who looks like he's trying to push a little bit. Gets tagged from the backside as he's looking at this dude. Just goes ahead and boxes up. Only in wood though. I mean, if you're trying to be really safe, you might want to go ahead and switch to brick. It drinks a big shield, gets back up to 79 shield, and then gets a tag on, I think that was actually Eclipse. Doesn't say. Maybe it wasn't though. Now he's gonna go and try to get rotate. So it gets heavy sniped. Gets heavy sniped there. Fortunately, not in the head. And then immediately, okay, so immediately switches to metal, right? So let's back this up a little bit. It's just little things, right, that these pros do that separate them from, you know, just normal players. So he's building on wood. I'm gonna slow it down just a little bit. He's building wood, right? Just trying to block off shots. Gets heavy sniped. Immediately switches to brick, and then immediately switches to metal, right? So the brick is just like panic building, right? It's like, okay, I just have to immediately block off, and let me just at least get to brick. So he gets to brick, panic builds the walls. And I don't mean panic in a bad way. Like he had to get those walls up, right? Because he knows that they're gonna keep shooting at him because he just got heavy sniped. So immediately switches to brick, gets those walls built, and then once he's protected himself a little bit with the brick, he goes ahead and switches to metal to continue and finish his box that he's creating, right? Gets shot by another guy from a different angle who saw him get heavy sniped, right? Because now he's gonna get shot at because he got heavy sniped. But fortunately, is able to get fully healed back up. But had to use all his big shields to do that. And should have had to use a slurp too. I don't know, I think it's just a visual bug here that these haven't been used. He drank 2 bigs. He drank 2 bigs, so he still has 6 minis, but he should have 3 floppers, right? I think. Okay. Fortunately, isn't being focused, which, I mean, kind of lucky that he's not being focused. Like, if multiple people saw him get heavy sniped, normally I would think that they would probably just capitalize on that and just start spraying him, and somebody's going to get the kill. So, I mean, personally, I think he's kind of lucky here that didn't happen. I mean, I guess because he rotated so early, well, he didn't rotate super early, but because he rotated early enough, there's still people, like, you know, all out here that didn't rotate deep in, that aren't close enough to really do anything. So he's just kind of fortunate that there's not a whole lot of people in this area to spray him at this point, right? Alright, so the zone pulls deeper into retail. He's going to go ahead and move like pretty quickly here because he's not far from the circle. Let's see how deep he pushes in. He's going to push into retail here, kind of blocks his back a little bit, you know, just making sure people can't get free tags. Makes it into the building. Once he's into the building, probably feels pretty safe. He's got, you know, cover. There could be people waiting to ambush him, though. Just goes through the building, comes back out of it. Going to try to farm this brick a little bit just to get his brick back up. Makes it to the center of this circle. Oh, maybe it's this circle that you're guaranteed. It's hard for me to tell when I'm not in game. Yeah, I think it's, yeah, this circle is the circle that if you make it to the center of, you're guaranteed the next circle. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember what number circle this is. Where does it say? Anyway, he's pretty much at the center of this circle. He's right here. So he's just gonna box up and chill. He's gonna expanding his box here. Farm some wood. It's gonna go ahead and farm this wood too. Just builds a little protection, 1 wall and 1 ramp. Not to use too many mats because he just wanted to farm that wood. Pretty much gets back to full wood here. So his mats are looking decent. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. There's probably not a lot gonna happen here for a minute. He's just kind of scouting, just keeping information, just so he knows what's gonna happen. Or knows what kind of rotation's happening around him. And just wait for the next circle. He knows that he's in the center of the circle. He's probably going to get the next circle. So he probably can just chill here for quite a bit. Doesn't really look for much tags. There's no storm surge right now. Yeah, so gets the next circle, right? So now he's in a position to where he doesn't really have to do anything. But people are going to be pushing, you know, closer to him. Because there's a whole bunch of people in retail, right? And he's right here. Whole bunch of people in retail. He's right here. So people are going to be pushing all up into here. So this side of the zone is about to get really congested. And you got Commandment or Commandant over here by himself, right? Which is kind of this the dead side. So he was able to make this good rotation over here to the dead side. So now he's like kind of just straight chilling. But, you know, he could be in a bad position later if he doesn't get the next zone. Who knows? But Megga's definitely about to be on the most congested side of the zone here. And he chooses not to rotate. I mean, I think that's a good decision. He would have been beamed from people on the hills around him probably if he tried to, but... Okay, let me fast forward this just a bit. While they're just... Everyone's just trying to get tags on people, you know. Megga's gonna go for a tag on this guy here, but ends up getting tagged in the back for almost nearly 100. But he wants that kill, goes for it, doesn't get it. Someone else picks up that kill in front of him. He's gonna shield back up to 50. Yeah, this is a visual bug. So he's down to 4 minis now. Or no, he's down to 2 minis, right? I don't know why it's bugged out. Maybe if I don't know. Okay, so kind of expands here a little bit. Probably trying to pick up something here if he can, because he knows these people are close. I mean, just kind of, I guess just trying to put himself into the position to make something happen if someone tries to rotate too close to him. Like, he knows that Knight is right here. He can definitely hear him. But he probably doesn't know exactly where he is. He got shot again. I don't even know from where, because it kind of bugged out there. He's 4... Oh, okay, so he's 4 below. So he's definitely looking for, like, at least 1 tag, right? Oh, he's getting Storm Surge. He's already getting hit by Storm Surge. That's right. So he's definitely... He had to push there, right? So Storm Surge is coming in. He was 4 below, which is really unfortunate. But he's already getting tagged by Storm Surge, so he has to push Knight here. He's the guy, Knight is the person that he hears closest to him. So he pushes him, gets the tag, right? So now he's 66 above Storm Surge. So he's cool there, but took a whole bunch of damage in the process. Has no minis. Goes ahead and eats his floppers, which, by the way, he doesn't have 4 floppers. It's bugged out. I think he might only have 1. I think he might have 1 flopper left, or none. I'm not really sure. So... He got his Storm Surge, which he needed. Which now there's enough people dead anyway, it doesn't matter. But he got the Storm Surge, which he needed, but... It costed a lot for him to get it, though. But keeps him alive. I mean... It's kind of what you have to do when there's Storm Surge coming in. Kind of take a risk. Okay, so just chilling here. He's in the next circle, so he's not really doing too much. Just chilling, doesn't have a lot of shield, doesn't want to take any unnecessary risks. Especially when he doesn't need Storm Surge right now. Okay, and gets, I mean, a decent zone, but I mean, everyone's pretty much on this side of the circle, so everybody's kind of... But he has a decision to make here. I mean... It's a difficult, because he has to go up this hill, right? So that's what he's looking at right now. He's like, okay, this is where I have to go. What is the terrain? And can I get ahead of everyone? Do I look for a launch pad? It doesn't have a launch pad, so we'd have to find a launch pad that someone else places. Do I just go ahead and tarp now and get up to the top of this, like near, and play the very front of this circle? I mean, I'm imagining these are the things that he's thinking, and that you should be thinking. Just trying to figure that out. Goes ahead and marks the circle so he knows where it is. But now he's going to look for something, some other way to get to the zone, it looks like. It doesn't look like he's going to try to make a move for the beginning of the circle. Otherwise, he probably would have already done it. Here's launch pads everywhere. probably gonna look for a launch pad here. Okay, but sees a lot of loot drop. Okay, so I'm assuming someone launched and was low health probably and got tagged and died. So he sees a ton of loot here. So he's gonna go for this loot. Picks up some bricks, some wood. There's some metal there. Looks like he picked up a heavy sniper, some minis. He's gonna drink the minis. So far this is pretty good, right? I mean, sees a big shield. Okay, so wanted that big shield, but there was a guy there and gets tagged from this dude. Now he's in storm. Now in the storm, takes a little bit of damage from the storm. So, I mean, really, I don't know. It's a weird. How do you judge something like that? Because it did pay off. Like he got shield and was able to shield up. But then there was a dude there. I mean, I don't know. I think he had to go for that loot, but was a little risky and didn't really pay off that much. I mean, he got a heavy sniper. And maybe he picked up more floppers, I'm not sure. I don't think he did. I didn't see him. Because those floppers are bugged. Like, he doesn't actually have 4 floppers unless he picked up more. Okay, so just trying to rotate. Boxes up, trying to keep himself safe. Okay, so that was his last flopper. Okay, so he doesn't have any more floppers now. Which was a weird, I mean, I don't know. And then immediately takes damage from the storm. Just trying to rotate, keep himself safe. Only has about 400 more mats. So just trying to play it safe as possible. Gets on top of Kanata here, which is good. I mean, you don't really want to be right next to someone on the same level, on the same layer. You just kind of want to play as safe as possible. Just kind of stay away. There's a launch pad there. Isn't able to go for it. I don't know if it would have been beneficial anyway. Okay, so pretty much at this point, Megga knows that he has to go for something, right? He has very little health, no heals, not a whole lot of mats. So he needs that refresh, right? So let me back this up and kind of see what happens here. All right, so he's jumping down, trying to find a layer that he feels comfortable on. He's boxing up here. And here comes COD Genesis coming up. And he's going to box up, and looks like Megga sees him go there, and then okay, so COD Genesis opens up this triangle edit. And he's shooting at someone down below Megga, right? And Megga probably feels pretty confident that COD Genesis doesn't know where he is. Now, I think most average players, including myself, probably would have just jumped down here right into the line of fire of COD Genesis and just like tried to shotgun him, which is not what Megga does, and I think Megga definitely makes the smarter decision because he knows he picked up this heavy sniper from that loot earlier, and he wants to make that worth it, right? I mean, he's not thinking about that probably in the moment, but it's like, I have this heavy sniper, let me use it. Sees that there's not a cone here and goes for the roof and knows that COD Genesis doesn't know that he's there. Like, he's shooting, he's not even paying attention. He's gonna heavy snipe the roof, fall in, and not very cleanly kill him, but I mean gets the job done. And so he's gonna be able to pick up some mats here. Not a whole lot of mats, but he's able to get floppers and minis, and 1 flopper and 2 minis, which is great. I mean, that's the refresh that he needed. Now he has a flopper and is going to be able to get to 50 shield here. Should be able to get to 50 shield. Yeah, so 50 shield. I'm going to keep it slow here just so we can kind of see everything that's going on. Okay, I hear, and I'm sure he's trying to break this wall, but there's someone to his right that I can hear. Yeah, so there's scoped to his right. He hears him. Now he's holding the wall. He sees Scope build the ramp, so he knows Scope's just going to try to jump into his box, right? I mean, that's what you do. Somehow Scope doesn't get fully in here, and the Megga rebuilds the wall and it pushes Scope out, but Scope has already landed like 100 tack on Megga, right? So Scope isn't going to stop pushing. Because Megga didn't land anything on him, so Scope's going to just use that ramp to get in again. He doesn't even switch to his pickaxe. He just shoots the wall with his heavy tack, gets in, and then kills Megga there. So, I mean, not a whole lot Megga could have done. I mean, because he was trying to break this wall. Like, if this was his wall, he could have just edited. And I don't even know if this was his ramp. I don't think this is his ramp either. So it's just in a bad position, really. I mean, what could he have done differently? I guess I don't know. I mean, not use this box that isn't yours to kind of pause in, because this. Well, hold on. Did he? Let me see if this stuff was his. If any of it was his at all. Okay, so he's gonna stop here and drink that second mini. So now he has the 50 shield. And he's doing, I mean, he's doing a good job of protecting himself here. Gonna break up a layer, finds a big shield, right? Okay, so definitely wants this big shield. So, I mean, it makes sense as to why he goes into this little area. And then blocks himself off from the right. And all of, okay, I mean, I think this is fine. Everything that he's in right now was just previously in the storm. So he knows there's no one in this box. There's no one going to be in front of him and no one going to be to his left, because all of that was just in the storm. The only place that he, you know, is not safe from is from the right, and he builds a wall, protects himself. I mean, I guess he could have edited that wall and placed a ramp just to be extra safe. But I mean, in the moment, like, you know, how would you think to do that, right? So picks up the big shield, immediately tries to break through this metal wall, knows that he needs to get through this to be completely safe, and then Scope pushes in and kills him. So I mean, I don't know. It's not that bad. I mean, it's not a whole lot he could have done here, I don't think. Overall, I mean, not bad. I mean, I think he placed 13th here. So, pretty good. Game 1 and game 2, I mean, high placements. Not a lot of kills, but as we know, he doesn't go for a lot of kills anyway. So, just trying to play for placement. All right, catch you in game 3.